Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to the next reaction, the second reaction exactly of Haunting of Bly Manor. I really like it. I hope the second part will be just as good or even better. I don't know what will happen in this one, but I'm very curious to go into it. And about the lighting. I have tried something new. I don't know if it will work, but you can see in the background, I tried to create a little ambience for the horror vibe. I don't know how it will turn out on camera because if I look on OBS, it looks really good. But I know that my webcam, because I'm still using a webcam, sometimes has its problems when it's too dark in the room. And every time I go to edit the video afterwards, even if it looked great on OBS, it looks not so good in the reaction itself. So this is an experiment. If it doesn't work, next time I'll be doing something else. Until I do get a new camera someday, hopefully, fingers crossed. But let's get back to the story. Not much has happened in the very first part. We got introduced into the main characters, I'd say, and we got introduced into the manor, into the mansion. It's really beautiful, and the scenery around it is so nice and calm and everything. It doesn't seem as if it is haunted, but sometimes there were things happening, and sometimes I saw shadows in the background, and I'm gonna pay attention to those shadows in this second episode. I want to see if this was only my mind playing tricks on me or if they were real. I think they're real, to be honest. But you never know, right? I mean, you know already, I guess. Let's just jump straight into it. Let's not waste too much time talking about the show, but let's watch the show instead. The music. Okay, let's pay attention to those paintings. They get old and their eyes disappear, which means they die, question mark? What happened here?
Got stuck.
Oh, they're talking about the incident.
I don't believe you. That's the issue.
I wouldn't either, to be honest. Oh, are we gonna talk about this forbidden doll?
Hi, Owen.
Flora?
Come on.
I don't like the cellar. It's perfectly dreadful down there.
It's not splendid. Oh, you're gonna learn into the dark cellar. Off to a great start, I'd say. And the lights aren't working either. Great. Oh, the lights are working. Don't tell me it landed like that and it didn't fall. No. No, 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 no. Oh God, I'm afraid. That is creepy. Can we please not stay in the cellar alone? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's so super creepy. Oh my God, have you seen that? Of course you have. Oh my God. A time jump? Oh, we did get a little backstory, do we? 6 months ago.
Very festive Christmas. Excellent. I think we have a majority.
The poor bird.
You're in none of this alone, is all I'm driving at.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I won't keep you.
He's a nice teacher.
John 16:22.
We're gonna read that part, I guess. He doesn't really have the clothes to climb trees.
The trouble began, as trouble often does, with an accident.
Oh,
So it would be called.
does he fall down the tree? Oh no. He's gonna fall down, isn't he?
Miles!
How high is he up there?
Wing
What?
line!
He just blacked out. Oh. Oh, he just broke an arm. Oh. And he's also
You can have the bottom bunk.
his leg is also hurt.
I'm glad you're alright.
Well, considering the height that he fell off, this is a good outcome.
Good night, Miles.
I wonder if he knows what happened.
What is it, Mr. Baxter?
Oh! Why? Hurry up. He's unconscious.
Come here, chap. Loosen your tie. Loosen your tie. There you go.
Oh.
Okay, everybody.
He's like that one kid from that horror movie, The Omen.
This isn't the way. Look, I understand what you're going through. Maybe I don't. So tell me.
I don't think you do.
Be my teacher.
Is he possessed of a ghost or something?
Like Pidge over there. They're the only innocents.
Yeah, that's why you're keeping them in a cage where they can't even fly.
Maybe not. The Lord works in mysterious ways. A cliche, I know, but
Yeah, it is. Oh, it really is.
Why did the bad ones get to come back? Not them.
That kid is a really good actor. Oh no, was something happened to a priest? Is it called a priest? Oh no, he's a good guy. Leave him alone, ghost, whoever you are. He just wants to help. Oh my god. Turn around. Are you alone? What? I don't want to see it. I'm afraid. Oh.
it can't be minimized. It can't be avoided by not talking about it or by you being sent home.
How do you know it was him?
Together, you
I'm
and I.
sorry, I didn't do worse. Cut off its head, spread out the insides, and burn it.
Okay. Is that the kid speaking?
And finally, in a front. Why he'd done any of these things, no one would understand.
I don't.
Why he tried so hard to be sent
Aw.
home.
That's the reason he wanted to go home? He looks like the boy from E.T. in the profile.
I'm finished.
So now he's home again. I can't wait for her story.
Why don't you come teach your sister how to do it? She'll think it's just splendid.
It's so interesting how they're working with the camera and everything.
Gossip.
What? It's just Christian concern, Hannah. All right, fine. On a scale of 0 to American, how would you rate her?
Flora, you cleaned. How sweet of you.
Did she do it?
Are you cross with me?
Oh, what's wrong?
I found these two. I didn't break them. I promise.
Oh,
I like this already.
It's fine. It's fine.
oh God. Did she have a kid, a boy? The one that always appears in the mirrors?
Excuse me a minute.
Oh no. She got a panic attack.
You all right?
Does she see as if she's alright? Not really.
Yeah. I cry 3, maybe 4 times a day around here.
Oh, wow.
Consolable tears. That's how. So it got me the job in the first place.
Wow, sounds like a lovely job. It's gone. How is it gone?
Good behavior then.
Have a lovely afternoon, Jamie, darling.
Okay, that kid. I totally didn't expect that. Oh my God.
Too much of it comes to take you away. The food.
God, my heart stopped beating.
Oh my god.
Oh God, I'm gonna get a heart attack. It was so unexpected.
Yeah, sure thing.
In private.
Of course, in private.
Wingrave residence.
What are you up to this time?
Hello?
No one?
So?
I'd like to apologise. All of it. But most importantly, for being such a child about it. Being around Flora, I sometimes forget myself.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Wow. That's,
I think Flora just misses Miss Jessel terribly. So we play little games to keep her from feeling sad. Such a draining thing. Dealing with children.
I think there is an adult ghost in this kid because he is not behaving nor talking like a kid should.
Little fucking shit. Hey, he's just a kid. I'm gonna kill him.
He's not just a kid.
a little boy cut a few flowers. What's the big
They weren't ready to be cut.
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
Of course.
We'll see how that will go.
Go back to the bit where you were acting mental and I had to talk you down.
Oh god, no, it's nighttime. I hate nighttime.
I've got a little surprise set up for the kiddos if you want to join.
Oh.
What kind of surprise?
Are you all right?
Well, you're fine. I just, I haven't been sleeping very well. I think I'll turn in for the night.
Everyone is having so many surprises. Nobody's talking about it.
You two line up.
The lights, the little lights in the house, so cute.
Hide and seek.
Okay, hi.
Why did I know that she would say hide and seek? Oh no. Don't hide in the wardrobe, please. Oh no, it's not gonna be good. Oh god, I'm so afraid. They're playing in the dark. Of course they do. Me as a kid, I wouldn't be able to move in the dark house. Not even in a small one, and this one is big and scary. Oh god. Oh god. I'm dying on the inside. There is no music. No, don't go there. Please don't go there. No.
You aren't down here, are you? This wing is off limits, game or not.
No. Oh no. We are checking every box for horror at the moment. Oh no. Just close it. What?
Jesus, Miles.
That kid.
To run and hide. I'll find you.
Ease up. Ease up.
Oh my god, that kid. Now it's bedtime and no more games. Turn on the lights in every single room in that house. I don't care the electric bill. Oh god. Okay, we can end the episode now. I've seen enough. Thanks.
Gonna call the fucking police!
Behind you.
I don't feel so good.
What does that mean?
Word to God. In the window. Same guy as yesterday.
I'll lock the doors.
Against ghosts? Is that the ghost that is possessing the boy from time to time? Oh god, it's over. Thank you, it's over. Oh, I can't stop. Why can't I stop? Thanks. Okay. Oh, my hair. I messed up my hair while being spooked. Oh my god. You guys, what did I just watch? That was phenomenal. I loved every single second of it. Oh my god. But I'm very glad the episode is over right now because I couldn't have taken any more. My heart, my whole body feels so tense from being like this all the time, and all my muscles are gonna be sore tomorrow. Oh my gosh, what did I just watch? Hi and welcome, I guess, to those afterthoughts of The Haunting of Bly Manor, second episode. I guess you can tell that the scene has changed slightly, and today is a different day than when I recorded the actual episode, and I have already filmed some afterthoughts after watching the episode, but this time I don't know what it was while editing the video for YouTube and also the afterthoughts. I don't know. I was so disappointed in myself because I didn't talk about the important aspects of the episode, and I forgot so much stuff that I really wanted to talk about that I just threw everything in the trash. And I'm gonna start a fresh new review like 2 days after having watched the second episode. I hope that's okay for you. I hope it'll turn out better than the first one because the first one was just trash. I wasn't satisfied with it at all. So, let's get into the episode. First of all, I love the fact that we're starting, or at least it seems as if we're starting every single episode with a poem that is spoken from the off. I think it gives the episode, the very start of the episode, a certain feeling that fits perfectly into the story itself, and it kind of invites you into the story, if you know what I mean. So I really appreciate every single poem that we get. It sounds so mysterious, and the voice is so fitting into the ambience of what we see and what we hear. I appreciate that, and I hope it doesn't stop somewhere in the middle. But I don't think so. They already did this with 2 episodes, so I guess they're gonna keep it. Thumbs up for that. We're starting the episode with a little conflict between the siblings and the doll, like being thrown to the cellar. I don't know why my computer does this. I'm very sorry. As you can see, this doll is super creepy. I don't know. We have seen it already in the very first episode, but I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this doll represents, but I think it's something very bad. And the cellar scene was so creepy. It just set the tone for the later episode, I'd say. And I'm very sorry, I don't know why Netflix is doing this. I don't ever have problems with this with Amazon, but it seems as if Netflix doesn't want me to show the picture. Well, okay, we're gonna have to deal with that. The next scene is the one in the school, and we do see the teacher talking to the children, talking about the Bible and a story about the good and the evil and some pigs that are involved. What I want to talk about in this very scene is the poor bird in the cage. I mean, look at it. It's so small. Birds are meant to fly. This bird isn't able to fly. It's not even able to move. It's just like an inch left and right. I don't know how big an inch is. Like 5 centimeters left and right. The poor bird. You don't do that to an animal. You just let it either free or you buy a bigger cage. Much, much more bigger than now because a bird needs to fly. So much for that. It just, I don't know why, but it just made me so angry with the teacher later talking about the innocent bird, the innocent being that it is, and how precious it is. And then you can see how he keeps it. It just makes me so angry. But that aside, the story that they are talking about and the conversation that starts between the teacher and our problem child, I'd say, is super interesting. And I do have the feeling, I don't know if I'm right here, but it seems as if the kid is still normal. He seems kind, he has questions that get answered, but he doesn't seem very dangerous, I say. Not yet. So something must happen later to start this story of the kid going bonkers, to say the least. Also, what we do here in this scene, it's just the one sentence at the beginning of it. The teacher talks about another pupil that fell, that can't attend the class because it fell from somewhere and it's sick now. That seems very odd to be mentioning that another pupil already fell from something or somewhere. I mean, is this a school thing? Do pupils at this school get possessed by stuff? By ghosts? Or was that just a coincidence that another pupil fell and it had nothing to do with this at all? I do have my suspicions though. Also, another part that was very interesting in this conversation was a part where the teacher talks about that people, or the person in the story, but he refers to people in general, always do have a decision that they can make. Because there was this demon that tried to possess the pigs and the man, and then he says that the demon had to ask permission if he can possess the pigs. But then the child asked, but what about the man? Did he ask permission of the man too? And then our teacher tells us that yes, they have to, because it's always the decision of the human whether he lets this happen or whether he does do something against it. It's still very ominous, but I think they're foreshadowing future events that are going to happen in future episodes. But me not knowing anything that will happen in future episodes, I can't really grasp what exactly they are talking about. I just feel that it's going to be important for later episodes. Then we get to the next scene. This is the one where the kid falls from the tree. And as I said during watching the episode, those are no clothes to climb a tree to begin with. The long coat and the tux under there, or at least the shirt that he's wearing, and the shoes. You don't climb a tree like that. This is absolutely dangerous to begin with, but then something happens to him that causes him to fall. It's not what I thought when I first heard about it, that he kind of just fell because he loses grip or something. No, he just faints for a moment. He just blacks out completely. And that's why he falls. And I think it's very hard to believe that he only breaks his arm and he's limping a little bit. Because if you think about somebody falling unconscious and with no chance to slow down the fall with the feet or the hands or the arms, I don't think you would survive that, to be honest. Because he was climbing really high. Just a thought of mine. Maybe he was protected by the same power or being that made him fall in the first place. I don't know. So now that this has happened, the kid starts to change immediately. Just few moments later, he already strangles the first kid that he sees. When I first saw the scene, I thought, okay, this is a normal kids fight. They do have some kind of conflicts and they are just fight like little boys do, right? But then it just goes way too far. He strangles the boy. He's unconscious in that scene. I mean, what is going on with this kid? The only explanation is that he is possessed in this moment by some kind of creature inside him. And maybe the man that we saw in the end in the window, maybe that's him, but we're gonna get to that. Oh boy, and then we get to this scene. I can't believe it. Now that I'm looking at it, it gives me this uneasy feeling. Just looking at it makes me feel frightened for some reason. The little boy acts out in a way that I didn't expect at all. First, he's like, I want to apologize. And a second later, he's like, for not being even more evil, for not ripping that thing apart, for not spreading the innards everywhere, for, oh my god, I mean, you heard it, what he said. This scene gives me goosebumps. It gives me the creeps. This is even worse than having seen the dead bird a scene before. But the psychological level that is reached here, it just gives me the creeps. This kid is, I don't know what's going on with him, but it has to stop. I remember in the first episode when I said the boy was creepy, I had no idea how creepy he would get. I had no idea, but this is on another level. Yeah, he said, I'm sorry, I didn't do worse. I took a note of that because it impressed me so much. And I'm kind of torn at the moment, to be honest, because I'm not sure. I am 90% on the, he was possessed and that's why he did that thing. But on the other hand, he got that picture of Flora and he wanted to go home so badly. And I think in a school like this, if you are in a school like this, it's very, very hard to be thrown out again. Because I don't think that this is a school that lets you go so easily. So maybe he was forced to think of something really cruel to do to be, I don't know. But this, no, I just don't accept that. Even if he wanted to do something really bad so that he can get home, it's a step too far. Not only one step too far, it's 10 steps too far. So I think my theory with the being possessed part is the one that I really do believe. But there is also a little glimpse of me that says, okay, maybe it was the boy. Maybe he just needed to do something extreme to be thrown out of there because he really wanted to get home to his sister. And then we get another example of the camera work and of the surroundings, the ambience that this episode or this show especially can create. There are really subtle things like this crack on the wall that later then disappears. That is just mentioned in one sentence, but from the way the camera looks at it and stays on the spot for a few seconds, we realize, okay, this is something that means something. We don't know yet what it means, but it means something. If they had just shown the people in the kitchen and they had just talked about, oh, there's a crack on the wall, we would have been like, well, okay then, it's nothing special, it happens. But the way the camera showed it, it's beautiful. I love the cinematography of all of this. In one of the next scenes, we do get the conversation between Flora and our babysitter that is confronted with the glasses of, I guess, this is just a suspicion of mine, the child of her. Maybe she had a boy child back then and he died under tragic circumstances. And the glasses are the only thing she still has left of him. And I think that because every time we see his picture in the mirror, his eyes are very big, like the shadows for his eyes are very big, bigger than eyes usually are. So I think those are the shadows of the glasses, not of the eyes. And this is why I think that's her boy. And also, do you remember in the first episode when she and no, it's not the father, right? It's not the father of the children, damn it. The family member of the kids, the one that hired her, I'm sorry, I forgot the relationships between them. They talked about where the catch is. She said, where is the catch? Why does nobody want this job? And he said, well, what is the catch with you, though, that you are willing to give up your life for those children, that you're willing to live a new life, which is not your own? And I think that has something to do with this. There is something she's running away from, and that boy has something to do with it. And those circumstances must have been so tragic that she is haunted by his ghost. Also, usually ghosts are always in the house or in the place where they died, and they are not allowed to leave it. So the fact that this boy is traveling with her to the new home, because she's still seeing him in the mirrors, and that is very difficult for me to grasp. I don't know whether it really is a ghost, because the rules of the normal shows and movies wouldn't apply here then, or if this is just her imagination, her fear, her guilt, or some bad feeling that the ghost isn't really there, it's all in her mind. I'm curious to find out what exactly went on there, but I think we'll have to wait another few episodes. Talking about the boy with the glasses, I just stopped the scene at this very, very interesting jump scare. This one got to me. This one got to me. I think you can tell by watching the reaction that I was jump scared very much in this second, because I didn't expect it at all, which is due to the fact that they keep playing with those ominous moments, because they're not like usual horror movies or horror shows that they tease something and you know something is about to happen. They play with your expectations. The music gets quiet and the character just do something, for example, standing in front of a mirror, and then you can hear this music that gets more ominous with every second, and you know, okay, this is going to be a jump scare. But this show is not like that, because sometimes they tease you, but nothing happens at all. And sometimes you just see a normal situation, like she's standing in front of the sink washing her hands, and then out of the blue, you get this jump scare. This makes the horror effect so much more worse than it usually is, which I appreciate so much, because if you have seen so many movies and shows like I did, like I already have, you're not scared easily anymore. I know it doesn't seem like it if you watch me reacting to this show, but like I say, this is different. This is very different. Oh, and speaking about creepy, this boy, oh my gosh. You guys, this boy drives me nuts. I want to know what's up with him. He doesn't behave like a kid anymore. He doesn't behave like it. The way he touched her hair and he put it behind her ear. Oh, that's so awful. It's just, he's crossing so many red lines there, and the way he talks to her, he apologizes again, and he says something about, yeah, that's something that happens if you deal with children, as if he wasn't one, which is so ominous. And then he walks away whistling. You can clearly see this is not a kid talking and behaving like a kid. This is an adult person in a kid's body. And that makes it so much more creepier than if the boy would just be a creepy boy. But he doesn't behave like a boy anymore. And I really love this. I want to see where we go with this. But if the boy keeps getting, I mean, we're still in episode 2. If the boy gets to get even more creepy, I don't know how we could manage to do that. He's at the top level already. In the next scene, we see the garden lady, and she complains about the roses that the boy picked, which usually, okay, I get it, you're angry because the roses are so beautiful and you grew them and you cared for them and everything, and then the kid just comes and cuts them away. I get why she would be angry at that, but I do think she has other issues too. This is the second time that they speak in this episode, and in the other scene that we saw earlier, she was talking about how she cries 4 to 5 times a day working in this job, which is really bad if you ask me, because you shouldn't be crying once a day, but 4 to 5 times a day. I would have quit a long time ago. And I wonder why she's still here if she's so sad working here, if she doesn't want to be here. Why is she still here? Is there a reason for that? Is she bound in any way to this family? I don't know. But the way she was getting angry at the kid for the roses, this is not normal. I feel like every single character in this show has something to hide, has some deep secret that we don't know any of yet. We get glimpses here and there, but there is so much more to discover, and you can feel it in every single conversation between characters. Nobody talks about their secrets. Nobody. Yet. Oh yeah, and then towards the end, we get this super cool idea to play hide and seek in the big dark mansion in the middle of the night with 2 creepy kids. What could go wrong? I mean, what the frick? Why are you doing this to yourself? This house is creepy. Even during daytime, why would you want to play hide and seek in the night? And why would you turn off all the lights? You can look for the children even if it's bright. The house is so big, you can look for them for hours without finding them, even if you have light. Why would you turn all the lights off? Why would you do that? And this is the part where I started to go crazy, to go really crazy, because that was so creepy. She walking through that house, the way it was shot again, wonderful camera work, wonderful like music or background noises, because there was not much music in it. You just heard her steps, you heard squeaking of doors, you heard the kids singing in some scenes. It was so creepy to a level that I really was begging for the episode to end at some point. And it was especially this scene's fault that I thought like that, because this is creepy AF. The little girl hiding in the attic, behind her there's a demon, a ghost, whatever it is. She knows about it, she sees it, she can communicate with it. She's singing, which is already super weird, or it's not weird, kids do sing. But in those circumstances, with her sitting in the dark attic, me as a kid, I wouldn't have done that. You could have given me €1,000,000, but I would never go to a dark attic, or would have gone as a child. I don't think I would as an adult either. Sit in a dark attic when I know there are ghosts behind me. And she does know, obviously. But somehow she doesn't feel threatened by them. And then you hear her voice singing. And then, as if this wasn't creepy enough already, you hear this lady, ghost, whatever, kind of sing, screaming behind her. And she is bothered by it, but she's not afraid or anything. She's like, hush, I'm singing, okay? You shut up now. So it's confirmed, I guess. She knows about the ghosts and she's not afraid of them. So I wonder if those ghosts are relatives of her, or if they had helped her in the past. maybe with babysitters that they didn't like. I don't know, because usually kids are afraid of ghosts. So why isn't she? I don't know. And then right before the end, we do get another scene with the little boy. He faints again, and in the window we can see this man, this shadow of a man. Maybe, I don't know, now that I look at it, I don't know if it is a man. It could also be a teenager, judging by the face. I don't know. It looks more like a man. Maybe an older brother? I have no idea. But I think this is a different character or a ghost than the one that our babysitter is seeing in the mirrors. And I think this is my explanation for this scene, is that the little boy faints. The ghost man just gets out of his body and appears in the windows because of that. So he can either be in the body of the boy or outside, and he can like show himself. I don't know if I'm right here. This is just a suspicion of mine. I don't know anything about the show, so all I can do is ask questions and hope that I'll get the answer someday. But overall, loved this episode. It's art. I'd say this show is art. The way it's produced, the way the camera shoots certain scenes, the way the music vibes in, the way the music cuts off in certain scenes to give you the opportunity to concentrate on the sounds, on the scary sounds in certain scenes. Everything just makes so much sense. Everything feels combined so well. And this is what I love. Also the fact that they don't do on-the-nose horror like I already said, but that they play with your expectations, whether there is going to be a jump scare or not. I am looking forward to seeing the 3rd episode of this show, and I hope you're gonna be with me when I do. I see each and every single one of you hopefully in the next video. Until then, have a nice day. Bye!